Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good whatever time of day it may be for you. It's the Layback Gamer, and it's been a while since I've done one where I've recorded and then immediately uploaded, so it's been a while since I've done that. I've done a lot of pre-recordings because of school as of late, as well as timing, but we are back here today with some more Elder Scrolls Legends. Now, if you guys are into the Ratchet and Clank stuff, don't worry, that will be coming starting either tomorrow or Friday. I'm thinking probably Friday, as tomorrow is the release date. Well, from what I read for Cobalts and Catacombs. So, of course, we're going to be doing the pack opening for that. I'm going to buy a bunch of packs, not with money, but with gold, in-game gold. Here we're going to buy a bunch of packs, not as many as I had liked, as you can see here, there's a grand melee going on. What is a grand melee? Well, grand melee, bring your best constructed deck for a day of intense competition. Complete 12 high-stakes matchups to earn amazing prizes. Everyone who participates receives a premium alternate art card. I don't know what that card is. I have to look it up. That's the top rated. But here are the prizes we can win. Now, we are not going to win all of these. As a matter of fact, I'm counting on probably winning 10. Or only 10 packs. But we do get 3 cards for participation. And if we're lucky, and I do mean lucky, we might be able to qualify for the top 500. Am I betting on it? Absolutely not, but I would like to. I'm going to bring my best deck, which is the Mage deck. I will show you guys that in a second. And basically, my goal is we're going to have 12 games. Our Mage deck can be pretty good if we get a decent start hand. So, I'm going to count myself as getting maybe 3 wins. That's the highest I believe we're going to go. If we go any higher, that would be amazing. I do not believe we're going to get all 12 wins. As a matter of fact, I don't believe it's going to happen because you know me, I shuffle through my decks. I shuffle through a few different decks, and well, yeah, there's not much more to say on that. I will look up the alternate art card, but basically, I'm going to be spending 1,000 gold on that. Now, my question to you guys is, do you want me to open the Cobalts and Catacombs packs and the Elder Scrolls packs tomorrow, or do you want me to wait until after the Grand Melee to do that? If you guys can just let me know in the comments section below. I know this is a bit last minute, so I'll give you guys a day. And actually, you know what? Tomorrow, I'm going to upload I'm going to upload 3 episodes of Ratchet and Clank to make up for it. And this weekend is going to be Ratchet and Clank weekend. Hopefully, by the end of it, I'm going to be posting 2 videos a day. I might be finished the game. Well, at least finished first time through. My card still says I have about... I'm still trying to keep to the time limit, so I think the last time I checked, it was maybe a few hours. I can't see any more than 3 hours being clocked into that game, so because the hour limit is 30, we are only a 10th of the way completed that. But that's not what I want to talk to you guys about today. What I want to talk to you about is not Master Mode. I will be recording that and posting them up on YouTube as we go through it. I have some decks already planned to play with this. It is going to be... I didn't mean to do that. It's going to be mainly our Mage deck, a Warrior deck, a Monk deck, believe it or not, that I have been trying to make work. As well as... I'm not quite sure what other deck I'm going to have, but we're going to add another deck to this. Now, the reason why we're doing some gameplay this time is because this, believe it or not, is the review of the puzzle mode. So all of these...
This day has appeared in all my simulations.
Yes, that's great. So we're just going to move right on. So as I do these for you guys, you are going to see the solutions for them, and I'm going to be giving you my review of them. So this is the first puzzle, and I love this background. I'm going to get right into the review. I love this. This was a great concept. There's not going to be too much to talk about, so I apologize if I just pause for a minute just to think of something to say. So,
your time has come, Sothasin.
yes, yes.
All these years you've looked down on me. Have you any last words?
Yes, I have a few. So, I think it was a great idea to add these to the game. It presents a new challenge as to use what you're given and to try to win this turn. As we kill that, end the turn, you have to use what you have in order to win. Otherwise, you flat out...
Why are you silent? What are you hiding? Speak, curse you. Fine then. Die, old friend. Fall before the one true God.
She's angry. But I like it. Presents a new challenging aspect of it. You play through it and you're given a limited amount of resources. You have to use those resources very carefully in order to win. Do I think this is going to appear in the next expansion? Absolutely.
I have done it.
Thank you.
The new heart.
I think this is going to make an appearance in future expansions from here on out. Maybe not as a memory flashback, but more of a, say, you're stuck in a room and you have to use the resources you're given, maybe even on a turn basis. So every turn, you get more than one turn in this.
Over the years.
Instead of, say, a one-turn hold, you can have a 3-turn win the game. Or, say, maybe a hold out for 3 turns and then win the game on the next turn. I think if we had those, this would be this would make it for a very, very exciting concept. It's a great starter so far. I can't wait to see what they do with it in the future. Now,
wait, Sophus. Have I not shown I have the skill to enter the Hall of Contemplation?
You show much promise, Mechanar. Solve this last riddle, and I shall admit you.
Yes, thank you very much. So, this one, very simple, Mechanar's will on that. You don't want to calm this guy, as then you won't have the damage to be able to kill him. You'll only actually have 5. So, afterwards, close call that, summon him back, give him the stats, attack with the Night Blade, Iron Sword that, you can calm that if you want to, and then attack. Very easy. Go ahead and do that. I think what they may have intended... Oh, no, I don't think that's what they
The
intended.
apprentice possesses a dangerous...
Yes, thank you for that.
A dark day.
So, how do I think this... Well, I already meant... What do I think about the expansion as a whole? Because I'm also going to cover what I think of the adventure, because that's also not very long. I think the adventure was really well written. I enjoyed the story arc behind it, especially these puzzle modes. Having to go so far or on this treasure hunt, and then realize, oh crap, we were actually led here by Mechanar himself. Yes, thank you for the hand. Good. And good.
Behold, arrogant tribunal, the power of the heart flows through me and my minions. We are the gods now, growing stronger as you grow weaker. It is time to pay for your betrayal.
Alright, another easy one. You would think you'd have to use the Dwarven Dynamo, but you actually can't win if you do use it. So play that. Move that guy over here. Don't fireball it. Play the Barbed Guar. And you can target your opponent's minions with guard for this guy. It's very good. If you do run these, Either use it, put guard on itself as 3 mana 3/3 with guards, not too bad, or give one of your opponent's creatures that's hiding behind the guard or that's in the shadow lane guard, so that you can bring him out, and then a powerful creature such as the Eradicator here will kill it very easy.
You think you've won? I still hold the heart. Escape while you can, Sophisil. I am patient. My victory will come.
Ah, Dagothur. Shame. I did find the ending, as I said, to be a little bland and kind of anticlimactic.
The heart is too important.
That's it. That's where the heart must be.
Yes, Laneth. Thank you, Laneth. I didn't think it was overly that well done, the ending. Don't get me wrong, I enjoyed the fight, but it didn't feel like a boss fight. This is a big bad guy, and we have to go up against it. Especially if you claim the heart, you skyrocket to infinite mana, which is 100 in this case, and you still gain mana after that point, and have more than enough health to last. Every time you play your hand, you redraw it. I don't see why they couldn't have let you have 6 cards in hand. I think if they let you had 6, it'd feel a lot more. You'd feel a lot more powerful. I don't think you could play actually 8 cards. I think 8 would be a good number, as you could slam your entire hand down with 8 cards, unless you played like the biggest, most expensive minions in the game, then you couldn't. Even then, you could get almost all but one of them down. And yeah, I think that would have made it more epic if you had 8 cards and a little more, and maybe, I think it was 60 life in that. Say they jumped it to 100 life. Or 99 life, because otherwise you make it too easy to get the immortal. Actually, in that case, 80. 80 so that you can't get a cheap immortal upgrade. Or a title. And then for the weakening of the heart.
There was always. Today I found his.
And then when you destroyed the heart, it actually presented more of the interesting boss fight there. And then you kind of can get around it by summoning creatures that will summon other creatures, and those other creatures don't get affected. Thank you. So yeah, there's a few things I wish happened that didn't.
You would condemn me? Hypocrite! Fraud! This is what you strive for? The creation of the perfect life form!
You have misunderstood me, Mechina.
Alright, let's start with this. Now remember, I screwed this up quite a few times. Alright, then we got 2. You can play the spiders if you want it. They ultimately don't matter. Make sure you give the Gearwork spider, or this, or even this, the dagger. Attack. Excavate. I choose that lane. Give the our Awaken Imperfect that. And then use him with the Stone Throw to destroy that, and attack. Very simple fight. Of course, I screwed it up a few times, so... yeah. Were there any other bad points of the story? As I said before, I didn't like that they killed off... well, you had to choose. Either you had Swims at Night, it put to the sword, or Laneth, which sucked.
I cast Mechina out of the city.
There. I think I can see enough of the new enchantments in this memory to determine how to unwrap.
Thank you, Laneth. I think that might be all of them. But I didn't enjoy that they used them for this, for that point. as it's really sad that you had to choose one of them to die. Oh, there is one more.
The heart has become unstable. Left unchecked, it threatens to destroy the entire city. No.
Okay, I can do that against the heart of Lorcan. And unless they do a time travel where they go into the past and play an expansion with them in it, I don't see them coming back at all. Which is very sad considering I love those guys as... I like those guys as characters. Alright. You first want to start with Cauldron Keeper.
I sell cures for all ills.
Then use Wrathguard, give him a ward. Use Keening here. Make sure you give him the ward again before you use Keening again. Sunder. And Sunder. Now play Orc Clan Captain, and you've won the game. I enjoyed those characters in the main story. Having them through this one was really exciting. I honestly did not expect one of them to die, which kind of made it sting a little more here when I had to choose, especially since I chose wrong at the beginning.
Success. With these tools, modeled after Karganrok's own, I can control, shape, and even dismantle the heart.
That's it. If we can find...
It was truly sad when I did have to pick one of them to die. And I don't foresee them actually going into the past because the way these have been playing out have been really well chronological order. I mean, this one goes right hit, like I predicted, this one goes directly into it. Into the Skyrim. This is happening during Skyrim, so unless they make one that happened after Skyrim and they could take the events from that and have it play into there. I'm just going to show you what happened here.
I thought you might come. I've prepared
Like I said,
a surprise for you.
I found Lana,
For years
and
I
here,
have modified the living. But
and here's where the most creepiest, in my opinion, I did not like it at all. The most portrait.
Mechanor's will must be obeyed. Prepare to be destroyed.
My God, jeez, what happened to you? I kind of want to see like the full portrait, but my God, I can't even look at that. I don't even want to know what Swims at Night looks like. You'd probably say the exact same line though. For Master Mode, I will be making the exact same choices that I made this time around, with the exception of
Now,
one I did here.
use the tools to harness the heart's power. Fight Mechanor as a fellow god.
Look around you. That thing is unstable. If you use it, it might just kill you.
That's a risk we have to take. Without the heart, my people will die.
Lanith wouldn't have wanted this, but it's your call.
Now I did play through both of these, so I am going to be picking the side of oh, whoops. I thought I could make it. I am going to be picking the side for destroying the heart as the Master Mode. Lanith is going to be the one to bite the bullet again. Personally, I can't do it. I tried to do it on my off time and said, no, I still can't do it. I can't condemn Swims at Nights to die. What I think is going to be the hardest of all fights, and I do enjoy this, and it's actually here, where I think it's going to be one of the hardest of fights to play against, and that's this.
Much of the once great city lay empty and eerily silent. But within the whole of regulation, they heard the sinister sound of gears whirring to life.
I think this is going to be the toughest fight out of all of them. And I kind of like that. I mean, everything had its own level of difficulty. This, I believe, is going to be the absolute toughest fight of them all. And then the one and right after it, so this guy here.
Is that...
Yeah.
Why is there
Yeah,
a
the Brass
haze?
Market hit
After all these...
Brass Fortress Market Square. I think that's also going to be a tough fight. Is there any other tough fights I foresee? Not so much. I think we can take the first act relatively easy. Second act is when it's going to get a little hairy, and then third act. There's quite a few instances where you have custom decks. So I imagine that unless they ramped up your deck just a tiny bit, they're not going to get too much harder. Do I foresee the puzzles getting harder themselves? I'm going to say no, actually. I believe, actually, they're the only ones that's going to remain the same. The exact same. And I like that. So that was kind of my part review, part talk on hard mode, or hard master mode, bit of Grand Melee talk. I'm probably going to end up naming this episode I Don't Want to Go Here. I wanted to show you guys my decks. I'm probably going to end up just naming this the Elder Scrolls Legends Talk video. And the description just make it so that it says, just talk on a bunch of different things. A review for the puzzle and adventure because I didn't have too much to say. What I think Master Mode's going to be like. I show you my new decks. I talk about the Grand Melee, about a future video. So, yeah, not too much. It's not going to be... This video didn't have much along the lines of review, so I do apologize for that. I am going to be making one more review video, and that's going to be about the future for these cards. The future for all the Clockwork City cards. What by having them in the game, what does it mean for future expansions? I'll talk about that in the next video. Probably the next Elder Scrolls video that I make is going to be on that, and then afterwards we're going to start with Master difficulty, and that's going to be fun. I get to also try to use an editor for the first time, which I find really a little nerve-wracking, but I think I might be able to get it edited pretty decently. So the new cards that we added into this deck, let me just pull up Clockwork City, of course, Laneth was already in here, so that was one that we added in. I threw in the Mechanical Heart, and I've played maybe 4 or 5 games with this. Out of those games, I've lost 2 of them and won the other 2 or 3. I played the Mechanical Heart, and it did exactly what it had to do. It kept me alive, and I enjoyed that, especially against the aggressive decks. I played against an aggressive Battle Mage, and he had me down to about, I think it was 10 or 8, around that health line, and I drew into the Mechanical Heart with, actually surprisingly, Laneth. I drew into it, then held onto it for a couple turns, and then when I got to that health point, played the Mechanical Heart, and he couldn't kill me from there because he was trying to set up a way to be able to one-shot me in a turn without... He should have ultimately have attacked me, broke the heart, I get the health back and the rune, and then he could have finished me off maybe a couple turns later. I didn't let up. I just kept at it, and I ended up winning that game thanks to the Mechanical Heart. And it did exactly what I liked about it. It's a better ice block. It doesn't give you immunity, so that you can immediately pull off a combo turn unlike the Hearthstone one does. This one gives you some health back and a rune, so that way, if your opponent can still attack, if he has lethal, but not without bringing you below 05 health, you'll be able to potentially draw one final card, and maybe, just maybe, you might be able to hold on. I like Mechanical Heart. I'm gonna maybe take it back, and I'm putting this higher in the initial thought process, because when I first saw this, I said, no, this card isn't gonna do much. But after playing with it a little bit, I think I might be already switching my opinion on Mechanical Heart. What else did I add in? Well, As you may have already saw from the list, I added in Dragon Aspect, all 3 versions of it. It's proved very good as a controlling card. I enjoy playing with it. And yeah, I don't have much more to say. It's working just as I had hoped it would. And then the final one, of course, is a single copy of Dwarven Colossus. I added that in as one final late game piece. And I'm talking extreme late game. So it boosted us up. This expansion boosted up us from 5 to 7 or more cost. We gained a 6 cost. Well, we got rid of Dragon Burial Mound, so we stayed even there. We added three more 4 costs, bringing our 4 cost up to almost the same as our 3 costs. So this is, I think this is going to be the deck that we go into the. We use this for the Grand Melee. And another deck that I had been playing with was one that I named Experimental Factum. And this one I built out of an experiment because I figured, I thought maybe Bunk might actually be able to do this pretty well. So, as you can see, it doesn't have as many neutral cards as I thought it was going to. It's very support heavy though. So I have a copy of Imperial Camp as to add a little bit of extra protection. I have a few guards in here, and if we manage to get Sentry off, it gains guard, and with the camp out, it's basically telling the Sentry, okay, you're giving everyone +1 and guard. So that makes it much, much better. A Night to Remember I threw in here because turns out you can while these guys don't gain the buff, so say I gave this one +2 health, so it's a 2 for 1/3. Play A Night to Remember, it goes back to a 1/1, but the 2 health still carries on to the rest of them. So all the Factums get the extra +2 health. So now instead of, say, Conduit coming out or actually, Titan's a better example of this. Now you can focus 2 into attack instead of 2 health to attack. Or if you really want to, just 2 damage to your opponent or you gain 2 health. I don't know if those carry over. I haven't tried it out or seen it. But I will let you guys know if that is the case. And then I threw in a Wolf Cage in here. It sort of works, sort of doesn't. Matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and take them out. Bringing me down to 56. And then I think I will take out 1 copy of Colossus. So now 55 card deck. I think taking those out is going to make this deck a little bit better. I did take, yeah. So originally I had 2 copies, a copy of Dwarven Arquebus in here, and then I realized it only works on minions, not the 2 Elixir Vitalities that I have in this deck. So I took it right out. Cog Collector. It's sort of been useful. I'm going to actually take one and add in a Blackmail. Actually, 2 Blackmails. So 56 card deck. This one, 2 Blackmails in it. I'll be able to take a couple cards from my opponent's deck and maybe use them. And then the last one that I crafted, and it's under heavy construction still. I got to modify a lot, the Ever Living Daylights out of it a bit, because we're sitting at 67 cards. Yeah. I gotta take this one down a lot. I'm thinking about 12 cards just stripping right out of the deck. I'm not sure which ones I want to take out right now. Probably should have aimed in the 3 cost. Soltaire's good, but it's not really going to help us here. Alright, so we'll take out all the copies of Soltaire that I have. I do have a little bit along the lines of ramp. Actually, it's just Hissgrove, and that's really it. I don't have a need for much ramp. That is my late game. I have the Mechanical Heart in here as well. I think I'll also take out 2 copies of Abandoned Imperfect, as drawing that, basically, I haven't had any luck with Abandoned Imperfect. If I'm in the lead, and I draw it off the top, play it, I think I'm okay, especially if I manage to get, not that, but Mechanical Ally, as it will summon a spider worker, and I get a free card off of that. And if it's neutral, I already got one there. But yeah, like I said, treasure hunt mechanic, I don't think it's going to work out so well. I have it in here as I wanted to test it out. It's not really working out too grand. So if this doesn't work, it might not work out so well. I have Reconstruction Engine in here. I'll take out a copy of that. Lower my deck cost. And one more. Loot doesn't really fit in here too well. So now I just took out 7 cards. Now I have to test this again and see if it works at 60. It might work for 60, but I did just take out neutrals. And, well, let's see here. I took out a couple neutrals. I don't even remember what I played in. Power of Control. I'm going to go ahead and do the editing for this right now. And it's mainly going to consist of, well, this is already a very well-formed deck. Let's see here. Now, the one I want to add in is, I want to add in the Trial of Flame. So, 2 copies of that. And 2 copies of the Death Priest. Alright, let's pull out Clockwork City cards. Take off the 5 cost. Nothing from here that I really want. Galen is something I want to have in here. And is there anything from... Oh yeah, might be a good idea to have Dragon Aspects in here. So now I got to get rid of 3 cards in order to make this work out really well. I'm thinking the Fearless Northlander is one to go. Warrior's Fury, we can get rid of that. And the final card I would like to get rid of, probably Lowland Troll. Haven't had too much use of it. So, yeah. We've reduced the cost of this. I think we took out some 3 cost cards. We took out 1. Added 1 back. Added 3 Dragon Aspects in. What did we took out? Oh god, I'm already forgetting. That's not good. I really got... Ah, well. I'm tired right now. And... yeah, I think that does it for Power of Control. Do I want to... I'm going to keep the Plunder. Because that could be pretty useful. But yeah, the decks I already have, not too much editing. There was only really 2 new decks that I have created. I didn't even add anything for Bending the Shadows. Do I want to? Actually, yes, I do. So, this is a 55 card deck. It's already... It's already got the cards that it needs in here. I'll add Reverberating Strike, Laneth. I do want Swims Through Storm added here. Do I have any neutral? I only have 1 neutral in this deck, so playing the Nyx Hound Fabricant doesn't make sense at all. What else do I want? This deck doesn't have Shouts, so it doesn't make sense to have that in here. Mechanar... We'll give Mechanar a shot. I'll give him a shot. I think he's garbage, but I'll give him a shot. Alright, and... well, now we're up to 5 decks. I've got 5 decks I gotta test out. Experimental Factum may eventually be called Support Factums, or Supporting the Factum. And Experimental Dwemer might just... I probably am going to rename that to Black Reach, in honor of the other deck, which I've deleted. There was one... oh, Defensive Control. Oh yeah, that was one of the ones I wanted to play. I wanted to try out eventually. And... alright, there we go. That's about everything for today, by the way. If you guys want me to craft a specific card, let me know in the for either Elder Scrolls Legends or Hearthstone. Let me know in the comments section below. Also, let me know if you want me to postpone that video until after the weekend is done, to get so that we can open all the Grand Melee packs as well, so that I don't have to split this up. Let me know if you guys want that. For now, though, thank you everyone for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Hit that subscribe button if you really enjoyed. Share this video to everybody you think will enjoy it. And again, leave comments on postponing the card pack opening video until after the Grand Melee is done, or hit and if you want on a specific card crafted in Elder Scrolls Legends or Hearthstone. Let me know in the comment section and below. If enough of you guys comment, I will build a deck around it, depending on exactly what cards you tell me to do. This game is a little more flexible, as I can pick 2 attributes. Hearthstone isn't so much. And I think that wraps it up. Thank you everyone for watching, and until next time, take it easy.